Hey Sages, happy Friday. Hope you had a fantastic week. I know I did. Mine was super busy and yours probably was too. I'm looking forward to the weekend and a little time to relax and recharge. But before we jump into the weekend, let's dive into our topic for today, which is on the same theme we've been working on, which is Big Vision, Small Venture. And right now in the month of June, we're focusing on Big Vision, Small List. So last week I talked about don't let the numbers fool you and the power of a small list. And hopefully you got to see that live last week. And if you didn't, you can jump back down and catch the replay. But this week I want to talk about, in the same vein, same topic, the benefits of a small list and how that leads to a big return on your relationship. So you've heard of ROI, return on investment, return on income. ROR is your return on your relationships. And that's really what we want to talk about. So next week we have a challenge coming up called Don't Grow Your List, Grow Your Relationships 5-day challenge. So we'll talk a little bit more about that at the end. But this is where I'm really trying to encourage us that no matter the size of your list, if you look at just what's in your email and that's only 100 people, if you look at your cumulative community, everything with all your social media outlets as well as your email, whatever that is, that sum total of people on your list, I would say that you probably haven't tapped that deeply enough and cultivated those relationships deeply enough. I know it's something while I believe this with my whole heart, it's something that I'm still in process of doing. It's an ongoing process and it's a longer game. So I think we need to look at what that is and what are the benefits of having a small list. And how can we tap rather than just go wider and just more is just more if we're not going to pay attention to it. So what can we do to really go deeper into the list we have? And we said what we focus on expands. So how can we put our focus on the current list that we have and really cultivate and develop those relationships to take things to the next level for those people who may need our assistance or may need a referral partner that we know. And we just haven't had a conversation with them, and we're sitting on a connection that could really advance them just by them knowing who we know. So one of the things is you can really listen to your list. So that's one of the benefits. When it's smaller, you can pay closer attention. You're more aware of who's on that list. Your finger's on the pulse beat of that. And so you can dive in there a little deeper, and you can listen a little bit more intently. The other thing is you have a closer, more intimate relationship with those people so that you can hear about their needs. What are they really struggling with? What are the things that are their hoped for outcomes? What are their aspirations? What are their goals and dreams? Is there any way you can help advance that, or do you know someone else who could help advance that? And part of that, we just have a list of thousands. It's much, much harder to know that. So when we take the time to dig deeper into the list, we're going to start to find out that there are people there who could really use our assistance or really use a connection to the people that we know. The other thing is sometimes it's just that we are going to be able to partner on something. Sometimes we can collaborate on something together and that will advance us both. So there's that as well. Another thing is you can find out where they are in their customer and buyer journey and nurture that relationship further. So just because someone just met you, it doesn't mean they're ready to buy from you. We've said this so many times. Nobody wants to marry you on the first date. It takes time as people putting their toe in the water and building the KLT, the know, like, and trust factor, all those things take time. So where are they in their customer journey and in their buyer journey? Are they just being attracted to you, finding out about you for the first time? Or do they want to know a little bit more? Or are they like who do I make this check out to? They're so ready to go. So making sure that we're looking at that so we can nurture that relationship further. And then you have the opportunity to decide whether you can meet their need and are a good fit, or you should just go ahead and refer them out. Sometimes we take things we shouldn't. We've all been there. We've all done that. We've all taken clients that we probably should have referred elsewhere. And so this gives you the opportunity when you're looking on the return on that relationship to really dig in and think, is this the best fit for me, or would it be better to just refer them to someone who can serve them better, and then it's win-win all around. And then are they a potential client, or are they better as a collab, like I said earlier, collab partner, joint venture partner, We can put our heads together and work together on something. Are they going to just be part of my community, my tribe, a raving fan, a follower? You know, I've had people in my community not work with me, but refer people to me. Maybe it's that kind of person. So getting to know who's on your list helps you know, rather than just names upon names and waiting for someone to buy. This just looks at it through a whole nother lens, which is what I talked about last week. And then as you deepen that relationship, you can determine your next best step together. So earlier in the week, I asked, you know, do you offer a discovery call? Some people call it a clarity call, a get acquainted call. Do you offer something that lets you listen to your client's needs, or potential client needs, figure out what it is they want, where the pain point is, where they're stuck? If they could have done it, by now they would have. And so for some reason there's a stick point, and by you listening, you might be able to even resolve that, like right on that call, or they need just more work with you, and then therefore you're able to take that to the next level. So you determine together what's the next best step, and you go from there. Now, I know Simon Sinek talks about start with why, and I do agree with that. I think that's great, but I'm going to also encourage you to start with who. So you know I've said this many times about tying your why to your tribe. And you know, this then becomes, especially when we're cultivating a list and building relationships, there's my why, there could be your why. Why are you doing what you're doing? Change the world, leave a legacy, pay off your debt, buy your best dream home, travel the world. My clients are probably not so hip about my why. They're hoping I know what their why is. So this is where we need to come around and say that the tribe we need to listen. What is their why? What are they trying to accomplish? Where are they stuck? What are their hopes and dreams and aspirations? What are their hope for transformation? And then when we get there, and when that why of what they need becomes so concrete and understood, we become like a lighthouse. And I don't know if you've read the book, Attracting Perfect Customers. I can put it down below in the comments. It's a great book. They talk about being a lighthouse. You know, rather than, you know, lighthouses run up and down the beach, you know, trying to catch the attention of the ships. It stays in one spot. And the ships find their way by the light that it shines. And that's what we can do too. Once we're sure who we are and what we bring and how we serve our tribe and clients, our niche and what we do, then we can stand there strong, anchored in what that is, and shine the light so they can find their way. So hopefully this is helping to understand why a small list is so powerful, because you're able to help those who are following you, and you're able to take them to the next level and the things that they're trying to accomplish. And then you start to see a big return on your relationships because you decided to focus on cultivating and building those relationships. Now, like I said earlier, this is a longer game. This takes longer, but I'm going to tell you the longevity that's there pays greater dividends, I believe. So what we're going to do next week is we're going to hit that just in the same topic as we wrap up the month of June. We're going to talk about Don't Grow Your List, Grow Your Relationships 5-day challenge. So every day I'll show up. I'll give you a little micro action that you can take, one small thing that cumulatively over time is going to help you build those relationships that are already on your list. They're already in your tribe. These are people that are already in all of your collective social media communities. Just focusing on a few key relationships, you're going to be able to see those advance. And once you see the power of this, you're going to want to come back and do it again and again. So we start on Monday. It'll be in the group. I'll put a bracket there. You'll know it's the 5-day challenge. And if you want to jump in the thread, just jump in and we can communicate on that thread about that particular day's activity. And then at the end, probably on Friday in the afternoon, I will go ahead and do a Zoom, and you can jump on Zoom with me and we can dialogue about what you found in that. So keep watch for all the corresponding daily posts and an activity. And then we'll talk right about that in the thread. So hopefully this is helpful and is helping you understand that no matter what the size of your list is, I don't care if it's 1,000 people, 10,000 people, or 100 people, we should be encouraged, because the people on the list represent people represent relationships, and we want to cultivate those relationships. And I don't know about you, but cultivating 10,000 relationships is a whole lot harder than cultivating 10. And if 10, I can take a deeper dive and find out what someone needs. And if I can be the bridge to that, I'm going to cement that relationship a little bit more, and we're going to be able to travel the journey together, right? They may not need my services, not now, not ever, but understanding how to build community, which is such a wonderful thing I learned in the Middle East. I'll be talking about that in my upcoming lessons I learned in Arabic Neighborhood. But that whole thing of building community happens one relationship at a time. And so I am so hoping that this month's focus of you can have a vast vision and a very big vision and not be dismayed or deterred or disqualify yourself because you don't have a very big list. You can do amazing things and see a big return from a very small list. All right, that's all I've got. I hope you guys enjoy your weekend, and I will see you on Monday for the challenge. Take care.